welcome back to space. Welcome back, Space Engineers. Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Quantum Tater, and with me is the sun and the stars and the sky. Alrighty, last time, well, we made it to space as evidenced by our space. I will say this time, guys, I went ahead because of the conversation we had last time. Because of some of the comments in the conversation we had last time, there's a couple of things I decided I needed to do. First and foremost, I needed to lower my broadcast range to 1500. That's just to kind of keep us out of trouble with passerbyers, such as that red guy right there. And I also went ahead and I added the radio spectrometry. I went ahead and added that mod in, just so I guys could give you a little brief on how-tos for it. So for this thing, because we're in the cockpit, top center screen is the big one, is what I'm going to use. And you basically come down here and you can say script. You would select script for content, and then you'd come down here and you should be able to pick radio spectrometry. And then you can see that they're popped up in the background, and that's what it looks like. So, but real quick, let's get some rat killing out of the way, as they say. So last episode, Lord Chaos mentioned that the reason the ladder kept, or the reason it kept getting weird repair stuff was because, yeah, that right there. This engine is cooking my thing. So that is what it is. That's I don't mind. I'm not using those too much, so I'm not super worried about it. The other thing he mentioned that one of the things I should do is look for an asteroid to scout. Seems like now that we're in space, the thing to do is scout for asteroids to potentially make a base, obviously for resources and stuff like that. And I was asking, would it be cooler to build on an asteroid, like just the flat surface like this right here, just build up, or would it be better to go inside of an asteroid? And he mentioned that a lot of people do the whole bore out the whole asteroid and whatever, rather than finding one that's got natural holes and stuff and just building inside of that instead of boring one out, doing one being more natural about it. So I think that might be an idea. That might be a good idea. And Chad mentioned also that the reason we were having such weird parachute stuff is because the weight of the drills is so great that I probably need to add additional drills up front here, or additional parachutes up front here, to kind of counterbalance the weight of these 3 batteries plus these drills, because that weight is so heavy, and that's why it was behaving funky. What else? Thinking. What else did we talk about? Oh yeah, and Chad was the one who set the antennae broadcast radius to 1500, just so that I could avoid altercations with bad guys until we're ready. And then he also suggested next time we come back up, maybe having the resources to plop a couple of solar panels on here, so we can be getting some juice while we're in the world of things. So that is something we definitely could do. Yeah, so now let's go ahead and get our engines turned on, and let's make our way downtown. And we're gonna go ahead and show you the radio spectrometry thing. I see some asteroids up ahead of us. So and I can start gliding a little bit, but if we go into our 7, and we can tell we're guaranteed point at this asteroid. That's kind of the idea. That's why I want the camera there. And then we get out of our camera view. Nope. Get out of our camera view, and we're still pointed at it. And if you look down, which I've got so much crap on the screen, it's actually hard to see. But if you look down, you can see that this screen is actually quite terrible for this specific thing, so I may have to fix that. But up ahead, actually, we're just going to fix it now because it is truly terrible. That is not working. So let's go ahead and put, what was this on here? This was, before that it was Horizon. Yeah, the Horizon. So let's go ahead and stick that back there. And let's say bottom center screen, maybe a little bit better for radio spectrometry. So let's grab script. And then, oh no, that's not right. Let's not do that. Which one is it? Is it the numpad? No, it's not the numpad. That's to the right. Keyboard. We're going to say it's the keyboard screen. Yeah, it's keyboard screen. All right, so it's keyboard screen. We're going to put this down to radio spectrometry instead of the other thing. And then we'll go ahead and take this bottom center screen, which is doing nothing. bottom center screen. And we're going to say energy hydrogen. So there you go. That should be better. All right. So, man, that's still not good. Look at that. That's terrible. I need a separate screen for this is what it is telling me. So the keyboard screen, let's go. Radio spectrometry. Maybe there's a way I can zoom it out. I don't think there is. Okay, let's try the top left. Maybe that one can see it better. It's going to be tiny, I bet. It's not better. We might have to get a different cockpit or build a screen on it. But what you can see, what you should be able to see, what you can't, this is awful, is you see down here, it's got the lines, nope, you can't see. Man, that's just not good. So we're gonna revisit this, but we're not gonna be able to revisit it until later, I think, unfortunately. But we're gonna go ahead and get moving. It's just not gonna be usable right now because I don't think gravity. No, we already got gravity. Target info. That's fine. Let's see top center. We'll try the top center again just to kind of give an idea. But see how it's got. It only looks like there's 2 spikes, but what lines up with those 2 spikes is there's not really any lines. So like if we saw potentially like, okay, here we go. So see how silver has a line with that spike and a line with that other spike? I guarantee on the far left of this that you can't actually see, there'd be another spike saying, hey, this also has silver. So his chances are that that asteroid has silver. So if we point at this guy down here, we let it update. So this has 3 spikes for sure for stone, yay, because obviously it has stone. It's made of stone. And then it looks like maybe cobalt potentially, based on the lines I'm seeing. Maybe cobalt. It's really hard to tell, just because, well, it's just really hard to tell. So let's hard burn and see if we can't center out our screen. And we're gonna come down here. We're gonna say that bottom center. We're gonna see if we can make that artificial horizon. Artificial horizon. See if I can't get that dot to be a little bit closer to the. There we go. And we do need to be careful about. We need to be very careful about not getting into planetary gravity doing this stuff. I guess we could have went to a different one. I'm going to point back at this guy and we're going to see if it's updated. It looks like we've got definitely stone still. It looks like there might be cobalt in this rock up here. That's what I would guess. I can't see the far left side, so that's being a little frustrating because I don't know if it does or not. It definitely has stone, yay. It looks like it might definitely also have silver. So this just may be a silver rock. So we can actually, let's stop and let's find us another asteroid. Let's see if we can't. What does this guy got? The other thing is I thought we marked some silver. I'm willing to bet. Nope, that's not space silver. That's space silver down there. Okay, so let's point at this guy. We'll start our pathway that way. We'll get some speed up. And I'll point at it. And let's see. Wait for it to update. So it's hard to tell because of the stupid words. The tips on the screen is a little frustrating. It's not platinum. There's only 1 spike for platinum, so it doesn't have that. And it's not updated yet, so it's hard to tell. Turn that back on, see if I can't readjust, make sure we're pointing directly at it. So now we're definitely pointed at it. No drift. And then we just do that, and let's see what it says. No gold. Yeah, weird. Wait. It looks like there's definitely stone. Yay, we got more stone. We did it. So it's hard to tell. This screen is not good for this. This is why it's a fighter cockpit stream and not like a industrial or mining screen rather. That's alright. Or we're gonna go check it out anyways. We're gonna fly blind for a bit and not use spectrometry for this. just because it's clearly not. Um, we're gonna get us some speed up. We should be making hydrogen right now. It does not look like we are. All we hear is radio. Oh, we are out of ice. All right, so we are on limited time now. We have to have enough thrust to point us back to Earth, or Earth-like. And let's see, there's another rock we can point at. Let's see what that one shows. And that shows stone. Maybe cobalt, based on the lines. And so what you're doing is you're aligning the spikes in the spectrometry graph to the dashes next to the element. Like, it looks like it for sure has silver, or silicon, which is, we have silicon on Earth, so we don't, we have silicon at home. We don't need more silicon, but that's all right. We're approaching rapidly. It's very loud. It's a big asteroid cluster. So I do want to kind of look for a potential place. I actually, in my mind, I had this idea of building like a halfway point where we get, like if we find a big ice asteroid or just an asteroid with ice, we slap down a miner and a drill and a couple of things to like make it, to essentially build it out and make it a hydrogen way station so we can go in, refuel, that kind of stuff, top off while we continue the hunt. Another way people often look for stuff is sometimes you can like zoom in to the asteroid, like that for sure is cobalt, okay? And you can zoom into them and like based on their color, sometimes you can tell like it looked like one of these might have iron on it. So that's another way you can sometimes do the thing. But that definitely looks like space cobalt. So that's, and it looks like there's some on that one down there as well. So let's go ahead and start the decel. We are decelerating a little bit more, blow off some speed real quick. That's going to cook our hydrogen. All right, so we're nothing on the scope yet, but this is another big asteroid. Man, I really just need to build a ship big enough to come up here. Like, I think my plan, even if we don't find a bunch of resources, because obviously it's going to be, we're not going to be up here that much longer, because I would like to, today's episode, my plan is to get back to Earth, and then we're going to start building the Soul Strider. We're going to go straight from, oh, cobalt. Yeah, look at, there you go. And that looks like an internal cobalt, but look at this hole potentially all the way through. Oh, that's cool. Let's see how big this hole is. We're gonna, man, my camera's being wonky. So we can GPS, nope. GPS, space, cobalt. Just slowly drifting through an asteroid, no big deal. Not trying to go too fast. That hole looks like it's big enough for us to get through, but I do not want to. Here's the thing, if we take too much damage up here, like let's say we damage our giant atmospheric thrusters, which are for some reason turned on. If we take too much atmospheric damage, or damage to those thrusters, we will not be able to safely return to the planet. That I can almost guarantee. So we're just gonna slowly drift. It looks like cobalt was correct. I think a good way to do this, I don't want to switch cockpits on this thing, so I think that'd be a huge pain in the butt. We just slap another LCD screen on here that we can utilize for the spectrometry graph. That way it's big enough to do the work. So that's for sure cobalt. We can go check out one of these guys over here. There's another big asteroid down there with a huge hole in it. That's cool. That looks like cobalt if I had to take a guess. got 6 days of power, so the solar panel would be a good idea just for longevity, but I think we're probably okay for right now. We're not really cooking too much, and now that we're out of ice, we're definitely not burning through energy like we were, so really the cockpit's only keeping me alive. I will say that means we are going to run out of oxygen before too long, unless we find some ice, so that's fun. It's a fun impending doom. Ooh, iron. Ooh, okay. We got some space cobalt, and oh, let's go ahead and turn those on. We're about to careen into this freaking thing. So there's a nice iron hole right inside this asteroid. That's going to be good. So let's go ahead and GPS this space FE cobalt. I was hoping I could find one of these with ice on it. Usually finding an ice asteroid is pretty quick and simple, but yeah, I didn't plan ahead for ice or oxygen tanks. I'm pretty sure I did not bring it. I got my paint can though, guys. Don't worry. We can paint some crap while we're out here, but not enough oxygen to survive. So we are on borrowed time unless we find ice in one of these bad boys here. This almost, like, I know it's not, but it looks like an entire rock of silicon, like the way the coloring is done right here. More cobalt. Okay, so the rocks next to the cobalt rock are cobalt. I see ice. I see ice. We're saved. Let me go investigate. That looks like iron on that rock. You can see that spot. So like if we go to the camera and we zoom out a bit, you can see the cobalt spot, and that discoloration is probably iron right there. So that's another good spot. Oh, I thought that was ice. And this is definitely iron. So let's hope that's ice and not cobalt. It's definitely looking like cobalt though. So that's fun. That's good. We don't need ice. Breathing is secondary. We may have to cut our trip a little short, guys. Lack of preparation. This looks like it could be iron and or nickel and cobalt. This has got a good cavity. This could be an interesting place for a... just cobalt. But look at this cavity in here. This could be a cool place to set down some roots. We got a hole on both sides. We can just like plop it in right here. Nice little, pretty wide berth for a docking spot. Let's do this. GPS, space, cobalt, and then potential base. Like that. Alright, we need to find us another asteroid. And go check out this asteroid that is 100% just iron. That's a big rock. That space cobalt rock. Iron, yep. So some more space FE, if you will. We're gonna go investigate this guy, and then I think it's time to get back home. We got 31. Yeah, so let's do this. Get there. And if we point at this rock, we might be able to do a little spectrometrying, just because it's not working well with this lack of visual. Nothing yet. All we hear is... Now, the things you can find in space are uranium, well, all the elements, but uranium and platinum are the two things you can only get in space. Ooh, there's a chance for ice. Could we extend our stay? It's possible. I'm being so cautious that I'm honestly eating more oxygen than I should be just to try to get... I may not even have enough time to make it back to Earth if we don't... Yeah, so we need to... I need to speed it up, but I also don't want to get reckless and kill myself. Or the boxfish, that equal parts bad. Boxfish, ooh, this could be another space base. Look at that. It's got a borehole right through it. That's cool. Come on, ice. Come on, ice. Ice, 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 baby. Too cold, too cold. Hey, ice! Hey, ice, we did it! Alright, let's go ahead and we're just gonna take a little bit. We've extended our stay. Grab some ice. Hey, oxygen's already at 100%. Thank you, processor. Okay, so GPS, space, ice, base spot. I think this might be a better base spot, honestly, than the other one. I thought the other one was neat, but this has got this big... How much ice did we just pull in? 24,000. Jesus. Okay, now we're a little heavy. We're a little labored. But now I can burn as much fuel as I need to. This would be a good one. This is a long hole. Like, we could set up a drill right there, pump in into two things, and then pipes down, and then we could have a docking station. Like, this might be the base. Because, look, it's got a nice big hole. That's pretty big. Obviously, we wouldn't be able to see if there's anything else in this asteroid based on rough scans. At least we have ice. At least we got chicken, as the old great Leroy might say. All right, it looks like ice is it. I like this one as the base idea, though, guys. I think that's the jam. Do we want to go to those, or do we want to go to those? What do you guys think? Should we? Let's see what this guy has. We're gonna stop. Okay, we're definitely pointing at the right rock. So it's got stone. It's got maybe cobalt again. More than likely cobalt. How about you? Let's take a look. Zoom in a bit. Point at this guy. And then back out. Look at your screen. Two dots right in the middle. There might be one far to the left. It's hard to see just because it's not the right screen shape or size, which is frustrating. Very frustrating for me. Probably not so much for you guys, but it is highly frustrating for me. I have an idea to fix it, but it's going to take me getting back to Earth first. So it doesn't look like that's anything. All right, next. All we hear is Radio Gaga. All right, let's see what this guy's got. All right, letting it sit. Mag, no. Stone, yes, of course. Come on. Ooh, okay. Definitely silicon. Definitely silicate. Maybe platinum. We're going. Full burn. Get there in a quick like. And then I will just turn around. Point at that guy. Turn this around like so. That's why you need a reverse camera. We need to watch that planetary gravity. We're going to be skirting pretty close. Skirt, skirt. Turn these off so we're not blinding ourselves. I'm excited. We're not really gaining fuel that fast, but we have oxygen. That's more important. I can honestly just dive back to space if I really need to, or back to Earth from my suit. Just mark wherever this thing lands or stops if we ran out of fuel entirely. Got 15 hours of juice, which is surprising. Oh, because it was 6 days because we didn't have anything, because the thing wasn't doing anything, but now that it's doing stuff, we got. I got it. I'm there. My smoke just stepping in. Alright, I do see platinum, I think. That's exciting. Oh man, is that an iced asteroid? Guys, I think we found an ice asteroid. Not these 4, 5, 6 clusters. Not this one on the other side of it. That guy right there on the in between those two rocks right now, that looks like an ice asteroid. I've actually never found one of those, by the way. In all of my years of playing this confounded game, I've never once happened across an ice asteroid. That is the place to put a depot. If ever there was a place, that'd be the one. All right, let's decel. Hello? Is there any platinum in there? All right. Do some investigating. All we hear is Radio Gaga. You guys having a good Monday? It's been a Monday. It's been a weird Monday. It's been a weekend. Oh, there it is. Sweet, sweet platinum. All right, space plat. Look at that. That's a cool looking rock. Looks like a question mark from here. Let's go ahead and get close enough. I'm gonna mine some of this, just so we proof of life, proof of platinum life. I'm not gonna grab too much just because, man, my mouse click is being super frustrating. All right, that should be enough. Oh yeah. All right, got a little bit of stone. That's not too bad. All right, let's go ahead and GPS. What is platinum? It's just PT, right? Yeah. GPS, PT, space PT. Even though that's the only place you can get platinum. Space PT it is. And it's external facing, which is exciting. That means I don't have to dig into the rock to get to it, which is nice. Alright, let's see. I'm going to go investigate the question mark. Just for fun. Get some speed up. And then we're going to check out that giant ice ball and see if I'm correct. If it is, in fact. Oh, it is. That has got to be an ice ball, right? We're going to have to go look before we head back home. We got some platinum. That's step one, platinum. We got it. That's all we need. I didn't think about this, but this ship would absolutely be terrible about taking materials up to space to start up drills and stuff. So that is not something we'd have to build an entirely different shuttle to essentially cargo ferry stuff. This looks like nothing rock. I could imagine this being like a dock ring kind of thing, where like we extend welders out of this whole thing, and it's got a nice like hey, silicon. All right, so where it's got like just a repository of parts, and then um, a repository of parts, and so what happens is like you just drive through and it welds you up as you run through it. I think that could be cool because it's just got that perfect like archway, kind of like a natural space. All right, let's go check out this. Let's go check this thing out. Bye, space silicon. What else we got? We definitely need a large ship though, because I am not going to be trying to scoot across the galaxy. And there's a planet over there. That is a planet we have to go visit, I'm pretty sure. And I'm not going to do that flying like this. That's a lot. That'd be terrible. How much do we got? Oh, 2,000. We got nearly 3,000 platinum. That's not a lot, but it's bringing back something for Earth. I think that should be, you know, and that's quite a bit. If we have enough yield models and stuff, we might be able to get a couple of like ion thruster parts out of it. I feel like we're drifting a little towards the planet. We're gonna correct. I'm gonna correct a little bit. Perfect, 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 perfect. All right. If this is the ice rock that I think it is, I'm kind of excited about this. But once we determine if it is or isn't, we probably will head back to Earth. I think that'll be our next thing. I think I'm wrong. It does not look like an ice rock. My excitement was. Well, what does this show? Shows rock. That's helpful. Much helpful. Uh, hmm. I did not know what it is, but it's not an ice rock, so my excitement was belay the excitement, folks. We did not find the magical ice rock. Dang. That's disappointing. Not disappointing. Disappointing is not the right way I would describe it, but it's not. Oh, we've got NVIDIA crap on. How do I? There we go. Stupid overlays. I know those things are meant to be helpful, but they never feel helpful, you know? This looks like it has nothing in it. Not too rare is the rock with nothing. It's actually... Ooh, business shipment. Are we pirates, guys? We're not going to be pirates. Or are we? We could totally be pirates, guys. If y'all wanted to. You let me know, community-wise. Should we become the Quantum Tater Pirates? Did we ever... We created a faction, didn't we? What was our faction called? Or we didn't. What? Do we have a faction? We don't. We never made a faction? I think we had a... We were asking about it. Like the taters, the quantum taters. Like the tater industries, quantum industries. The Wicked. I thought about the Wicked. I always liked that. Ain't no rest for the wicked. It's one of my... It's a good song. I'm a big fan of Cake. Both the band and the food. All right, let's go check this thing out because this was a dud. And then we'll go back to Earth. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna hot burn this thing. Let's see if we can't get there quick like. All right. I say quick like, it's not that quick. Definitely stone. It's so loud. The cockpit, so loud. No thanks, cockpit. And cobalt. I would put money on it that there's cobalt in this asteroid. Ah, I don't need cobalt. That's not helpful. I mean, it's probably will be helpful at some point. And there's the moon. What else we got? That's Mars-like, I think. And what planet is that? That's got to be either Titan or... Where's the alien planet? Oh, that's probably the alien planet right there. Military escort. Those guys you don't want to screw with. I'll give you a bad day. It's nice to see ships about, kind of. Unfortunately, none of them hostile. This is really far away. Gotta punch it up. Get a little faster. And then we're gonna head back to Earth. And we're gonna start building the giant ship that's gonna take all this stuff. It's gonna give us a thing. I don't know what it's gonna give us. But this ship will come back to space with us, obviously. Either to go get resources again if we decide to do that, or just as my miner until I get into space. And ideally I would build one that is not reliant on hydrogen. Also, this ship is really wonky looking. I don't hate it, it's just funny. You know what I noticed though? I absolutely never blueprinted this thing, so we are flying dangerously. Ooh, there was a space pirate mayday. We're not going to be messing with that today, that's for sure. Dang, those things, nothing but trouble. Nothing but trouble. Alrighty. We're not heavy. I mean, well, that's not true. We've gained almost, was it 25, 26 tons of weight just based on the ice and the platinum. So we are actually substantially heavier than when we left the planet. So that's going to be fun, sort of, if that's not the way I would describe it probably, but let's go ahead and start decel. Sprite, I say Sprite Mayday because it's Space Pirates, but my brain sees the SPRT and I'm like, Sprite? And then I'm thinking of like Legend of Mana days back in the day. This is a big rock. Do we need like an earth? Well, we got a little bit of stone sample. We've got space rock samples. We don't need to bring more than that home. Ice. Ooh, did we find additional ice is what this is, you're telling me? So right now it just looks like space ice. That's never a bad idea to know where more ice is, but it's also not like... I would like this to be more than just ice because it is a big rock. And that little spot of ice, that doesn't seem valuable. Who knows? This could be a cool rock that we round this corner and there's just like a big... Nope. Say around this corner there's like a big cavity. There's no cavity. Nothing really? Come on. This is crap. This is crap. It's a good sun phasing spot, though. I like some of these. I've been thinking about when we do the asteroid thing, I need to figure out. I kind of want to track the rotation of the sun so that I can at least. And yes, I did say rotation of the sun. In Space Engineers, the sun is not a physical object. It is a light that rotates. So, in some ways, it's more closely related to the Galileo era of us rotating around the sun, or the sun rotating around us versus um, the other way around. I think that was Galileo. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up, guys. Don't believe anything you hear on the internet unless it comes from me, and then believe it all. That thing that my company says a lot, source of truth, man. They love that. For my day job, they find the source of truth. The source of truth. Like what does that mean exactly? I mean, I know what it means, but it's just a weird turn of phrase, I think. Turn of phrase is a weird turn of phrase also. Alrighty, that is it. We don't need to go back to Earth because we have ice, but I do need to be better about. I think we can run by that rock before going back to Earth, but let's get on our way back to Earth. And hopefully that's not in gravity and we don't plummet as we go by it, but we're gonna get there. We're gonna do that and then see what we got. All the space stuff. Like we can. I like the other one better, but we can turn all these on so that we can always see them, so we don't fly to the same rocks all the dang time. I tend to do that. I have a couple of space ices. I got platinum. That's half the battle. I don't technically, with solar being in space, solar's a viable energy source. Also with ice, I can use hydrogen engines to power stuff, and they're very, very efficient. It's a waste of hydrogen if you're hydrogen starved, obviously, but I can just spam the snot of hydrogen engines to power stuff. So uranium's cool, but it's not a necessity. Let's see, what is this? This rock probably has cobalt, looks like. More cobalt. Maybe platinum. Looks like some more platinum, possibly. That's interesting. Where's our other platinum rock? That was space platinum up there. So maybe this has also got some platinum, which is cool. 2 platinum spots. Wouldn't be a bad thing to have. Wouldn't be a bad thing to have. Just gotta get over here to the rock, and then we're gonna get to Earth. We are currently 58 clicks and closing to Earth. That's not that close, honestly. We're pretty far out. That's quite the distance. Especially when you're only going at basically 80 kilometers a second. Or 87 meters a second, I guess. No, it's not 87 meters. We're not even going a kilometer a second. So, interesting. Math. Imperial numbers. That's what it is. Alright. Now this could be a very eventful trip home. Or it could be a nothing burger. What do we think, guys? It's gonna be a nothing burger, we think? We'll find out. Alright. Start deceleration. It's weird because sometimes you'll get to a certain range where your radar does pick up stuff further away than 50 meters. Like you'll see like, oh, platinum here, 67 meters away. But then for the most part, like you got to be right up on it. And I always wonder what that variance is like what is the randomness there that treats that as like what happens kind of thing. I always wonder. We are not in gravity yet. That's good. This rock seems to have nothing. It's a nothing burger rock. Love it. Ooh, you know what we should do? Should we do it? I was going to say before we go back, we could totally go get that unknown signal. Space unknown signal. It'll be like a final mission. It's only 12 kilometers away. It's not that far. Oh, don't run into the rock. Just talked about how it's going to be hard getting back into Earth as it is because I'm so many tons up. Last thing I need is this literally either has nothing or it's so very internal that I cannot see it. Oh, shit. Oh, Jesus. Jeez, crow. Yeah, that's weird. This rock is either nothing or it's just super internal, and the crappiness of this ore detector is crappy. There's something right there. What is that? It's just a hole? Looks like it's just a hole. Yeah, just a hole. So one of the things you could do, potentially, if you really wanted to know if there's anything in there, you could just drill out enough space that like you just drill into the rock far enough to like potentially get a reading. But I don't really want to. We are cooking our juice as it is. Like we don't have a lot of. We have ice, obviously, so that's not a problem. But we're burning our hydrogen faster than not. So let's go ahead and get this space unknown signal. That'll be fun. Space unknown signal as I fly away from the planet I was just trying to go to. And it's going to be one of those ones that runs away from me. I'm going to be very irritated. That's all right. So what do we need to do? Let's make some notes. We definitely need to create an LCD screen on this for the spectrometry because it is not good with the screens that are available in the cockpit. And that's fine. Definitely need to consider adding some parachutes towards the front of the ship. What else? Potentially leaving with more ice than not would be a good idea, I would say. And honestly, do we even want to make another solo trip up to space with this ship? It's not impossible, but maybe if we cut off the ladder right here, if we cut off the ladder and then we add a vent out, we can add 2 or a couple of small hydrogen thrusters, like a little side boost, to maybe give us better lift as we go. That's an idea. Also, we could add just a ton of downward thrust for the same effect to kind of get us better. So, I think that is all a great idea. We are 8 minutes. This thing's going to disappear. We'll have to hurry back. And then... we can head back to Earth. That's going to be a trip. Man, I thought I was going cruising faster than this. I'm really not cruising that fast at all. Oh, we hear some of this stuff. I feel like I could probably bleep out. I'm talking quite a bit, so I don't mind, but I could probably like, oh, I need to whatever, like talk. Or not talk, and I could just time-lapse the space travel, but right now space is new, so we don't need to time-lapse that travel. Is that a planet as well? It's hard to tell if that's Titan. That planet right there is Titan, which makes that planet something. Moon, Mars. I don't know. Planets don't move. I don't think. I don't think the planets move. Need a good screenshot for the next episode. What do we like? That could be. This is the screenshot right here. Bloop. Or we. There we go. Now we're approaching. We're gonna get the signal. Let's go ahead and decel. Bye, signal. Why did that hurt me? Oh. No! Yeah, you can't... This jerk. You see that? I was trying to... Uh-oh. 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 I did not. Did I? Where's my ship? Are you kidding me right now?
Inventory full. Inventory full.
Ah, crap. Bye. Where's my spaceship? How did I do this? How did I do this? It's okay. Don't panic. Don't panic. Where is my spaceship? How is this happening? I have the... Okay. It's okay. It's okay. Remote access panel. Nope. Nope. Um, we were heading towards space ice, kinda. Oh no! How is this possible? I'm looking for something that glints in the light. Glinting in the light. I cannot believe this has happened. We just talked about this. We talked about this, but this is a mistake. How did this happen? Is that it? No, it's not it. Okay. Think. Let's zoom out. Zoom out. Rotate the camera around us. We're looking for a glint in the light of a spaceship that's got flashing lights for the love of all that is holy. Guys. Guys. Was that thing traveling that fast? That doesn't make any sense. How fast did that thing cruise away? I don't understand. Alright, I definitely turned my dampers on because the ship was stopping. It stopped. I'm confused. Like, I'm confused enough that it is possible that the ship... Is that it? That might be it. That's not it. We are cruising too fast for that to be it. Okay, think. Is that it? I'm seriously bewildered right now. You know what? I'm going to do a thing I don't normally do. We're going to Alt F10 real quick, and we are going to see about finding objects. Cycle objects. Yep, that's me. Thank you. Cycle objects. Previous, first. Oh, not characters. Objects. Grids. Biggest grids. Just grids. Just any grid. Biggest grids. That's fine. Space station. Our stuff. The Pawn Strider. Perfect. The wreck. Okay, here it is. The boxed fish. What? Is it moving? It's not even moving. Like I can stop it. I don't... I'm so confused. Wait a minute. That didn't teleport me, right? No, it didn't. Okay, so let's echolocate ourselves. We got the camera. Where space ice is right there. Okay, so if I press F6, space ice is right there. It should be somewhere over here. I'm so confused on how I lost this ship. I'm seriously like, this is bewildering to me. Alright, space ice. We're going to fly over here. I can't see it, guys. I don't understand. All right, I'm going to turn on my broadcast. We're going to go F8. We're going to look for that broadcast. All right, space ice. I'm so confused. Am I more lateral with the space ice? I don't understand. I don't know where I'm at. Space signal, unknown signal. You're the devil. I'm not interested. This is... Space ice. I've got to be this... It's got to be this way some way. Oh my gosh, this is the most tragic thing. I'm... All we hear is freaking frick. Okay, hold on. Oh, that didn't work. That was dumb. You'd think I'd be able to see it on the backdrop of the Earth, but I just can't. So I'm either not far enough, I'm not close enough to the space ice to like be... Oh, is that it? I think that's it. Please be it. That's not it. That's like an asteroid really far away, I think. Is that it? That's it. I see you, my sweet. Why are you so... Well, that was nearly very tragic. Hello, you terrible, terrible spaceship. I'm not gonna die. We did it, guys. That was... Look how far off I was. So that here, I was 5 kilometers away. Remember how we set the thing only to be 1,500? Maybe a mistake. Maybe, just maybe. Okay, let's go ahead and delete the here one. That's not useful at all. Oh, Jesus. Okay, let's go back to Earth. We're not ready for space. We're too childish for space. That's what I've learned right here. We're gonna hard burn to Earth. Probably need to point up a little bit so that when we get into the well, it takes us in. It's the max speed of this thing at this weight. So you can see, remember, I think when we were leaving Earth, my max speed was like 107 point something. Well, now that we've taken on an additional 20 tons, or we're 20 tons heavier, then when we got into Earth, like you'll see that that the top speed currently is only 106. And so we're going to try to get in this re-entry and make it as little as eventful as possible. We don't want to... We're not trying to be more eventful than what we just had. And while we're at it, we're going to go ahead and go to the antenna. And we're going to say... Let's go ahead and put this back at 5,000. I know that it's more dangerous for encounters, but honestly, I just nearly lost my ship in space because I was chasing a stupid unknown signal. So we're definitely not kosher with losing our spaceship. And by the way, I realize this is a video game, right? But the existential dread of being stuck in space without a spaceship or anything, a little bit alarming, just a little bit. So, all right, and we might, as we go, it actually might be able to go faster than this speed for re-entry once we hit gravity, but I don't know. We're gonna see how it goes. And then we're gonna break an hour because I got lost in space, and yeah, that's okay. It's okay. I could end it here, and next time we go back to base instead of being dumb in space. Instead of lost in space. Dumb in space. Yeah. And at 100, we're doing essentially a kilometer a second. This doesn't feel... That doesn't feel accurate, right? No, it's not. A kilometer a second is 1,000 meters a second. It would be 1 kilometer a second. We are going 1/10 of a kilometer a second. So, but... Anyways, that's neither here nor there. It's just... Look how close we are to the desert. I didn't realize we were that close to the desert portion of this planet. We're only, I mean, obviously up here it looks like we're much closer, but the desert range is just slightly to our, well, I don't know, whatever that is, north, south, east, west. Feels south. It's probably not the south, but it feels like that's south of our base. Ooh, we're back in gravity. Gravity, take the wheel. Yeah, now we're cooking. I think we're going to dock back at the main base rather than trying to dock for hydrogen. Then we can do the refueling later. I don't think it's a huge deal. Ooh, that render. All we hear is we're space people in space. We can go ahead and turn off the hydrogen regeneration because we're going to need power for the engines. And then, yeah. We can do this. Yeah. Are we picking up speed? No. Yeah, we are a little bit. So now gravity has taken over and we are currently picking up some speed. So let's go ahead and get... We're still cruising forward more than we are downward, so that's good. And if you look in here, which is loud as hell, our... You can see the little arrow on the artificial horizon. And it... we're currently at a drift for what we're trying to do. But that's okay, because we are not currently trying to slow down. We'll probably stop slowing, or we'll probably start descent. I mean, we're still 34 kilometers into the sky. There's a really cool re-entry mod. I don't know the name of it, so you'll have to forgive me, Clyde. I don't know the name. But there's a re-entry. There's a couple of interesting mods, like one's re-entry and aerodynamics mod. The aerodynamics mod has you know, it makes it to where like you can build if you wanted to limit yourself. I think XP Gamers did a series where he limited himself to a single direction of thrust. So like helicopters only have down thrust. Most helicopters only have down thrust. Jets have forward thrust, obviously. And basically, the aerodynamics mod allows you to build out wings, and if you have large flat surfaces, those can generate lift and give you the ability to fly, like gain altitude and stuff with a single direction of thrust instead of just being plowed into the ground. It's really interesting, but there's also a re-entry mod, the same thing. You have to keep your speed at a certain trajectory or you have to keep your angle at a certain trajectory and a certain speed, because if you break that, the heat and the speed starts to damage blocks, and like it'll actively break your ship up. I think that's a pretty cool one. I've never really messed with it too much just because I haven't. There's also, I thought I'd seen somewhere at some point there was a mod that like calculates the azimuth of your rotation around a planet, and you could actually enter orbit of planets. So if you wanted to like build a station that actually orbits a planet, you could get one that gets a stable orbit, all that stuff. Very Kerbal Space Program like. Yeah, we are at full descent now. We are only at 0.3 gravity, but you can tell it's stopped us from moving forward. So I'm going to keep us trying to go towards home while we descend. Because we don't want to, like, if that number stops decreasing rapidly, it means we're no longer heading towards it. We're just falling straight down. And it looks like, if I had to guess, I would say that south-southeast is the desert, based on what this is showing. So we are coming in hot, as they say. Now the question is, well, we'll see how it is. The emergency parachutes are an option, but we're gonna see how it goes. We're gonna ride this to the end. And then on the next episode, we will start the building of the Cloud Strider slash. I think we're just going to go straight hydrogen, which is going to be interesting because a big ship like that, it's going to be harder to get into space. But I think I'm going to build it obviously with optimal thrust to get into space. It is not going to be for the faint of heart. For the thrust of heart. All right, let's see. Come on. All right, we are almost at 0.7 gravity. There's no quick way to get into an atmosphere. I mean, falling is the quickest way. Like, let gravity take the wheel. This is as good as it gets. We are 10 kilometers up. That doesn't seem right. Yeah, it is. All right. God, only 10 kilometers and we're still not at full gravity? That's crazy. Gotta move forward. Come on, thrust out, thrust out. All right. Let's go ahead and start that decel. We're going to turn on the other engines. 20 minutes of power. We are decelling. Oh, we're decelling beautifully. Okay, perfect. We have the thrust. We have the technology. We're coming in hot. All right, let's go ahead and do this thing right. Free fall. I feel like I need a landing pad or like a landing strip. I think we can kill the hydrogen engines. We no longer need those. Look at that. Look at that. I know I got focused there for a second to stop talking. Honey, we're home. Rosie doing the work. Oh, wrong button. Don't do that. And let's go ahead and shut her down, Mert. We did it. We did it. We made it home. All right, guys. That's it. That is just there and back again. A hobbit's tale. A space hobbit's tale. Whoop. I'm still zoomed out from losing my ship in space, which is terrifying, by the way. Yeah. So that's it, guys. I think obviously some design flaws in our ship, so there's some things that could be corrected and fixed. Some extra add-ons we might do. But I think next step is to build the large grid and get back out there and potentially start with some mining spaces. We definitely need to make a ship, I think, that is capable of landing on a planet with higher than Earth's gravity and subsequently landing on a planet or taking off from a planet with higher than Earth's gravity. And, maybe we build, not entirely sure how I want to do it. Maybe we build a ship that like basically takes all the resources from this base and then migrates it. You know what we could check on? Do you suppose that... Oh, here he is now. Hello, Mule. He must be doing the job. He's doing the work. Beautiful. Look at that. I'm pretty happy about that, I gotta say. I'm gonna go drop my stuff off and watch the mule do his work. I'll just drop it right here, actually. Blip. All components processed. So yeah, guys, that's it. That's going to be it for this one. We are going to say goodbye to that guy. And yeah, next time we start building our large grid ship and we get ready to leave, not Earth forever, but we get ready to start our primary voyage of visiting every planet, which is going to require platinum. It's going to require a lot of things, but we need to get a ship that can find those resources first. And I want to say, I think I want to make the Soul Strider be able to take the boxfish right behind us into space with it, so it's going to need some hefty thrust. I think that's what we're going to want. So, anyways, yeah, with all that, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Like, share, subscribe, you know the drill. Let me know if you got any advice, tips, tricks, anything like that, and I will catch you later, taters. And I can't wave. I didn't wave at the beginning of this. I thought that would let me wave at the end. All right, bye.